welcome to another trip report. Today I'm lucky enough to be flying Japan Airlines First Class from Tokyo to London. I flew them last year and had an amazing experience. I'm really looking forward to experiencing this again and seeing if it's the same as last year. So off to the airport we go.
I had spent the night at an airport hotel. I had stayed at the Royal Park Haneda. This is linked directly to the international terminal and is great because it's just a short walk from the hotel into the terminal. When flying in first class, Japan Airlines do offer a dedicated first class check-in area at Haneda Airport. Check-in was extremely quick and then I was escorted to the front of the security line, which was a nice touch. Haneda Airport is extremely easy to navigate. It's basically just one straight line, with most of the lounges being up on the first floor. The first class lounge for Japan Airlines passengers is pretty big, but it is shared with all of the One World Executive Platinum card holders as well. Now yes, this does take away the experience of being a first class passenger slightly when sharing a lounge with hundreds of other people, but the lounge has some pretty decent views, and there's also the red suite at the end of the lounge where if you're looking for a more private experience, no one seems to use this place and it's quite quiet and very relaxing. I probably spent around 45 minutes in the lounge where I had something to eat and then I enjoyed a few glasses of champagne in the red suite as there seemed to be plenty of it to drink. Today I would be flying back to London on a Boeing 777-300 which was manufactured and delivered in 2009. I will be flying just under 6,000 miles today with a flight time of just under 12 hours. The Japan Airlines ground crew certainly knew how to handle a crowd. They kept priority boarding exactly as it should have been and everyone boarded in the order they were supposed to board. I arrived at the aircraft and was shown to my seat 2K straight away. These seats are referred to as the JAL Sky Suite. I personally really like them, but I know a lot of people don't. Once sat at my seat, I was immediately served a glass of champagne and a hot towel.
Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to Japan Airlines First Class. Very happy to be back. Really looking forward to this flight. So I hope you enjoy this video and please leave a comment in the comments section below and let me know what you think. Let's take a look around the seats. So first off we have multiple storage compartments, nice little spot for your phone here, in-flight entertainment remote, plenty of space for any additional items. Then we also have another control here, also for the end of safety cards, in-flight magazines, shopping, got our Amenity Kit, headphones, slippers, and as you can see we've got quite a lot of space here, put feet up, nice big TV, and then also have this tray table that slides down on the front, and you see it comes all the way down to where you are. Got our seat controls here and a few more additional controls.
First class passengers are handed out complimentary Wi-Fi codes to use during the whole flight, and you're also given your pair of Bose headphones as well. And I took a quick look at the Amenity Kit, which had all the usual contents: mouthwash, eye mask, tissues, everything you need during the flight. We pushed back 20 minutes behind schedule, and I can't tell you the amount of times I was apologized to for us departing 20 minutes late. No big deal to me, but the crew seemed very unhappy about it at the time. Once we hit 10,000 feet, the crew came around and gave out another hot towel and also provided me a copy of today's menus. The menus are very extensive, so today I'm just going to show you the Western menu which I ate from. Now the Japanese menu is also amazing, but I just didn't feel in the mood for it today, so I'm sorry for all the viewers who wanted to see the Japanese food selection. The first class service is all presented on a tablecloth. There are no plastic trays used in first class whatsoever. Now what makes this service so exceptional is the attention to detail from the crew. I found the attention to detail to be even better than the Singapore Airlines flight crew I had, where everything is meticulously placed and the service is very well thought out. The crew do an exceptional job and are very nice and polite all of the time. Today I will be starting off with the Salon 2006 champagne, which is an exceptional champagne and very hard to find now, which unfortunately is why Japan Airlines have now stopped serving it and replaced it with Cristal champagne. Cristal is still a very good alternative, it's just not as good as the Salon, so I will miss that if I do fly them again. Today's amuse-bouche starter was a smooth fondant of salted mullet roe and turnip. The first class cabin on the Boeing 777-300ER features just 8 first class seats, and only 4 of them were filled on today's flight. This meant that the crew had a good amount of time to spend with you and make sure that everything was perfect and spot on, and always keeping your glass full and never running out of anything to drink. I then decided to have the Caviar Service. Well, it would be rude not to have caviar and champagne at 38,000 feet, and I absolutely love this service and I've enjoyed it both times I've experienced it. I was then treated to some wonderful views as we cruised our way over China. I then switched up my drink choice and started enjoying the 2009 Bordeaux. I had switched to the red wine because for my main course I was going to go for the Wagyu beef again. Last time I had this it was absolutely fantastic and it was exactly the same again. Cooked perfectly for me and I really enjoyed it. After that I had the Mont Blanc chestnut honey flavoured ice cream, which had absolutely fantastic presentation for an airline dessert. Now no meal will be complete without the cheese plate to finish off my red wine. The 5 cheeses served on Japan Airlines cheese plate are phenomenal and very enjoyable. And then the meal was concluded with a couple of macaroons being handed out and a men's moisturizing amenity kit. After the meal service, the crew individually came round to each passenger and offered them their size of pajamas to sleep in. I had been waiting for these, so I quickly got changed into them and then made my way back to my seat to watch the sunset.
Just finished the meal service. Absolutely fantastic. Steak was cooked fantastically and the caviar was amazing. Just changed into my pajamas. Gonna relax now, watch a couple movies. Got about 8.5 hours left to go this flight. We're gonna go so far north over Russia, it being winter time, the sun will probably set as we go further north and then it will rise again on our way coming back down south over Tallinn, Estonia, Helsinki and then down over the rest of Europe.
Now it is quite a unique experience on a westbound daytime flight to go from daytime to nighttime back to daytime all on the same flight. It's sort of like flying through a solar eclipse and it's really quite enjoyable. It would only be dark for about 45 minutes on this flight, and the moon also created a nice light that evening. And before I knew it, the sun had started to rise again, so I decided I would try and catch some sleep at this point. The first class seats are made up by the crew, and you have your choice of mattress pads. You can either go for a soft or hard mattress pad. The beds are incredibly wide with plenty amount of space for turning around in. Your feet are not restricted by a footwell for when you're sleeping, so you can move about as much as you want and you can get a very comfortable night's sleep. The in-flight entertainment system is fairly straightforward and easy to use. It also features a large Western selection for you to choose from, and the movies are kept up to date. The picture quality on the screen is also fantastic and very clear and sharp. And yes, just for you guys, I did decide to eat again. It wouldn't be a proper review without me trying all of the services, right? Japan Airlines offer the JAL Cafe lines, which is a coffee brewed exclusively for the flights. It's very enjoyable, and I always enjoy having the service, so I always add on a few cakes to eat with it. And yes, I'm sure I'm going to get a few comments on, wow, how much did you eat during this flight? But please bear in mind, it is a 12-hour flight and I'm trying to show you as much of the service as possible. And don't worry, I'm going to be eating more in a few moments. After a few more hours, I decided to have one final meal before we landed in London. I decided to drink the 2006 Bollinger Rosé, and also I paired that with the Wagyu beef curry, which is probably a recipe for heartburn if I've ever seen one.
Another fantastic flight with Japan Airlines. I'm not just saying that. The service and the food and the wine and champagne selection is really amazing. Had a great flight. Sad for it to end. It's been a great 11 hours and we've got about 50 minutes left remaining.
After my meal, we did start our descent into London and the crew handed out priority immigration cards. We were also treated to some nice views of the UK coastline as we made our way in. Our touchdown in London was very smooth and thus completing an amazing flight experience. I had an absolutely wonderful time flying Japan Airlines again, and it made the flight from Tokyo to London go extremely quickly. I definitely recommend, if you have any British Airways Avios lying around that you're never going to use, try and save them up so you can experience this just like I did. It works out a lot cheaper to use the miles than it does to ever buy a ticket with Japan Airlines. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this review. Please leave me a comment down below and let me know what you think, and if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon for another video.